Well, it's officially day 8 of this problem with Crunchyroll. So, I don't know how long it's gonna take for them to look at things over again for episode 112 for Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. I really don't know if they're aware of their problem at Crunchyroll. Like I said earlier from yesterday's video, because I had to redo it, I am officially on day 8 now, and it's still going on. I don't know why Crunchyroll is thinking that nothing's wrong when something is wrong, because it's been going on for 8 days now, and at least 8 days, who knows, it must have started when it actually got uploaded, but they need to redo that video again, because that's the only explanation why it's not working at this point. Because if I was working at Crunchyroll myself and owning a piece of that company also, like if I ever did consider that possibility, I would be very upset with how they're handling business at this point, because that's not how you run a online site with Japanese animated cartoons and stuff. You don't have one malfunction while the other ones work perfectly fine, and clearly they don't seem to care enough to actually do anything. And it's like I want to understand what their ideology is, their deal with that problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 with episode 112. And in all honesty, I just want them to fix that problem. Or they need to reload it. They need to take it off and then reload it. Reload that same episode and do it over again, because it's not been working for the last 8 days as far as I could tell, but maybe even longer than that, because on other websites it works just fine, but on Crunchyroll's website it works like a piece of garbage. It works like that's what it is. It works like a piece of garbage. It doesn't even connect properly. All it says is unable to access online features. Please check network connection settings and try again. I've done that about 50 times in the past day or so, or the past 12 days. I've kept periodically hoping that they fix this thing, and yet they haven't done anything. By the time they fix this thing, I feel like I'm gonna turn 60 years old. By the time they fix this thing, who knows? Maybe in the next 30 days, when they actually decide to upload another Yu-Gi-Oh! episode 113. But at this juncture, it is really hard to tell whether or not Crunchyroll actually cares about their business model. I mean, Sony doesn't care that much. They didn't even bother making this backwards compatible, and it's a Blu-ray. Come on. So that just goes to show you that because Crunchyroll doesn't really have any competition for anime, for Japanese anime, they could do whatever they want and nobody's held accountable for it. And yet, when it comes to their own stuff, like I said earlier, it works just fine. And I don't understand why those work fine when they should be dismantled for those kind of episodes that they have on Crunchyroll, and they work fine. I don't understand why they work. I'm kind of like saying to myself, they'll add more anime. But if you can't sustain it for anime purposes, why even bother having Crunchyroll anymore? I don't understand why this is so hard for them to comprehend that this needs to be fixed. And it needed to be fixed 12 days ago when it first aired. This has been going on for at least 13 days. I mean, it kind of bothers me that if I knew where they were located, again, I'll state this, I have already stated this several times, if I knew where they were located, if I could actually run like the Flash, and I wasn't disabled, I would actually run down to their headquarters and go knock on their door and go, hello, what's going on? Do you guys even care that this is even busted? For episode 112 on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5? And it boggles my mind, like that. Like I've said countless times before, that it's not right that they put on a new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it doesn't even work. I mean, what's the notion that, why did you even bother putting it when it doesn't even work? With the notion that it doesn't even work. You guys didn't even bother checking if it worked at Crunchyroll. I mean, the video of episode 112 for Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't even work. And how come you guys uploaded it at Crunchyroll if anybody at Crunchyroll is actually listening? Like, that's what it's been like for the past 12 freaking days. Like, I don't understand why it is hard for you guys to understand that it is what it is, and you guys need to fix this. I mean, it's like a freaking mummy. Like I'm talking to a Frankenstein that doesn't even work properly, and it claims to be working just fine, and yet you guys don't even bother checking what it actually is supposed to be on right now. It's like, if I was actually down there at Crunchyroll in their headquarters, I would be like, haven't you guys bothered checking this for the last 12 days? I mean, it's like a dog that doesn't, that it's supposed to bark when there's intruders, but it doesn't bark when there's somebody at the door trying to steal my stuff in my house, or in my apartment in my case. But I'm talking in hypothetical terms, because this has been going on for the last 12 days. I mean, shoot, I might as well like take my business or take my subscription off and put it towards Hulu, but I tried Hulu. It doesn't. For some reason, Hulu has a lot of anime too, but they don't add a lot of new stuff. They have a lot of old stuff, but they don't add enough new stuff, because there's so many different animated things now that Hulu is not the main source for anime too. Because of Crunchyroll, now they're showing what Crunchyroll doesn't show. And yet, that's a problem. Because there's too many markets in what anime is being shown. like every network has Naruto except for Netflix. The main source for anime is Crunchyroll and Hulu. And I've looked on their list for Hunter x Hunter also for Netflix, and yet they only carry about what, up to episode 100. And I think Hulu does the same thing, because Crunchyroll has the rights to the exclusivity part of that series. So they're allowed to show the next 47 episodes or something like that. But if they don't fix their problems with the anime that they already have, it bothers me. It hurts my soul. It hurts my heart that I'm looking at episode 112. The video looks fine, but when you try to load it, it goes unable to access online features. Please check network connection and try again. I've already checked it several times. I disconnected it, put it back on. I even deleted my app and put it back on. So at this point, I want to go into the machine and fix it myself if I actually could, like Livewire from The Flash, or somebody like that has kinetic energy, that could turn their body into kinetic energy and fix it that way. Because at this point, until I'm blue in the face or until I'm old and gray, I don't think Crunchyroll will ever listen to their audience at this point, because I've done this for the last 8 days already, and still nothing. All they say is, thank you for letting us know about. What kind of customer service is that? It's just like, I've only, like, let's say for example, only 2 technicians at Sony actually will tell you what's wrong. But the rest of them will tell you, did you try this? Yes, I did. Why would I be calling you if I did that already? But because Crunchyroll doesn't have that, they have a big issue. I mean, that's a big problem. Like, Square Enix is great at their customer service, and they actually are busy, so I can understand why they put people on hold, but they don't put you on hold for 20 minutes. I mean, that's the bottom line. I'm just using that as my reference tool to this scenario. But yet Crunchyroll doesn't have that luxury, because all they do is tell you to report it, but they don't actually check, or it doesn't seem like they check, because nothing's being fixed for the last 12 days. If it worked for 1 day and it only showed for 4 minutes, then I would actually complain about it like this, like I am now. But it hasn't worked for 12 days. At least 12 days, as far as I can tell. And who knows? Who knows if they're gonna ever realize, oh, did I fix this? Did I even bother to check? Did I even remotely understand what this guy was complaining about? Because that's what it seems like. See, that's why a person like me needs to... If I had enough money to do it right now, I would run Crunchyroll and go, hey guys, weren't you aware of your contemplating of this show that you guys bought for running this for Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 episode 112. Like, it's not working. Like, I checked my connections several days, and it still hasn't worked. And who knows how long this has been going on, but you guys haven't bothered checking because your egos are too big now. I don't think that it's necessary for us to say we're number one when we don't even fix the issue. So, that's how I see it. That's how I know how I see it. So, in retrospect, if I knew it was gonna take this long to fix for Crunchyroll episode 112 on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, at this point, if I had enough money to do it of my own, I would buy a laptop, so I don't have to watch it on my Vita. Maybe that's the problem, or is it something else? But at this juncture, I'll keep talking about it until they actually fix it, but who knows when that will be. I mean, it's gotten... There's ways to channel my frustrations with Crunchyroll, but I can only play games for so long before even that doesn't make me happy. I mean, that's the bottom line, because it's not like Sony made this backwards compatible, but they made another version for the PS4, so they made it 3 times, technically. Which this one, I bought the Japanese version because I thought the case was better. So, in retrospect, the only reason why I bought the English version of the same game for the PS3 is to actually answer the dubbed questions, the questions in the on the battle system or whatever. But the reason why I bought this is because look at that look at how beautiful that is. Look how golden. I don't like gold for covers usually, but yeah, this is the better version. And the PS4 version, just to reference that, talking about episode 112 for Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, the box art is blue. Like, I don't like too much blue on anything. I mean, I don't like this, and I don't like this. I like the white on black, but that indicates it's a Blu-ray. But yet, they don't play these on the PS4. I don't understand. Just like I don't understand why episode 112 doesn't work for Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 on Crunchyroll. Bing bing! I did just throw that in there because that's what it feels like to me. I mean, come on. I don't know. And honestly, I'm tired of them. I'm tired of waiting for them to fix this thing, because I check every day. I check on the hour, hoping that they fixed it. Do you not understand my agony right now? It's like certain things that, like, I've noticed that, like, from my perspective, that I don't like waiting for
Let's see. Especially when it comes to this. Anime is one of them. I would rather wait. If I had a girlfriend, I would rather wait for her to get done at Victoria's Secret rather than wait for this thing to be fixed. I mean, come on. I mean, that's... or anything for that matter, because that's the truth. Like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just want to, like, go inside my Vita and transfer my molecules over to Crunchyroll. Go into the synopsis of their actual programming and see what's wrong with the bugs or something. Maybe a bug virus got to that, because that's what it looks like. Or they lost the rights to Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. But if that was the case, then shouldn't they actually get rid of the whole thing? I mean, I'm just saying, if they're having this much problem with one program of episode 112, shouldn't they bother fixing it? I mean, after I reported, what was it, 106, within the hour they fixed it, or within a day they fixed it. But yet, when I'm looking at episode 112, they haven't even touched it at all. And it's probably impossible to fix too. But yet, could somebody communicate? If I knew the guys or girls at Crunchyroll, if I knew the people at Crunchyroll, I would say, look at this and tell me what's wrong with this. Shouldn't you guys bother checking? I mean, I wish one of my neighbors was working at Crunchyroll. And I would tell him or her, look at this, what's going on with this?
Not much, man. I'm just doing another archive of what my problem is with Crunchyroll. So my complaint is admirable, or shall I say logical in this instance, because that's what it is. I mean, boy. Like, I'm in so much, like, grief over this. Like, come on! Aren't you guys gonna fix this at Crunchyroll? I mean, look what it said. That's what it says. All for 8 days, or at least 12 days as far as I can tell. But it's been like this for at least, as far as I can, at least for 8 days. When I got my Vita back for my charger. But when I bought another one. But as soon as I got it back and looked at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 section of this series, again, when I finally plugged in my Vita again and was able to access my Vita's power, I'm like wondering, huh? There's a new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 and it doesn't even work. Episode 112. And they even called it, what was the episode called? A City Full of Smiles. Does it look like I'm smiling right now? No. If I am smiling, it's because I'm trying not to... I'm trying not to chuckle out of disgrace for Crunchyroll.
because this hasn't worked for at least 8 days as far as I could tell. Maybe 12. Maybe as long as they've aired this episode and nobody's bothered fixing it. That's what it feels like. You know, I understand, like, you guys or whoever else is watching, if you're a girl, you guys understand in general why whoever likes anime knows my problem right now. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I've exhausted every resource that I could possibly think of, but yet I don't know what to do. I've actually did what they asked me to do several times, actually. I actually deleted my app. Again, I'll state this again. I deleted my app, reloaded it, and reconnected my thing to the internet. Still doesn't work. But when I upload any other anime, it works fine. Dragon Ball Super, fine. If it was One Piece, fine. If it was one of their own shows, like their own talk shows and stuff, works fine. But when it comes to a mediocre show, like, not in my opinion, but Yu-Gi-Oh!, they don't care. That's why I had to watch it on my phone. But you know how much battery that wastes on my phone? At least 4% out of, 26 minutes. I mean, I watched Pokemon on my phone because I refused to watch it on Disney XD, but that's the exception to the rule. But again, I'll state this question again. I wonder why Pokemon Sun and Moon isn't on Crunchyroll, because they're affiliated with Tokyo 7, just like Beyblade, but even that's owned by Disney now. And honestly, I think that's why Kingdom Hearts will never come out, because they'll keep justifying they need to add more stuff to Square Enix's game for Kingdom Hearts 3. And that's just a little notion that I have. A little inkling that is possible. It's possible that's what they're doing. But who knows how long that's gonna take. And it's already been, about 12 years already since Kingdom Hearts 3 has been announced? Since the PS3's launch date? So, but that's besides the point. So, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to complain. I don't know how much more I could complain about this. And nobody seems to care at Crunchyroll. If they actually did care, they would actually pay attention to this. But apparently they're making so much audience revenue now that nobody cares. Well, somebody's asking me for a friend request or doing something. So I'm gonna check on that right now with my phone. But maybe it's something that I won't approve of, but let me check on that, just to be on the safe side. But for right now, I'm gonna end my broadcast on that note, and get back to you guys tomorrow, because I don't know what's going on. Yo. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow, because I think I'm gonna play more Street Fighter while I'm at it, at this point, or do something else.
because I don't know what I actually want to do. Watch TV, watch reruns of Street Fighter competition, or do something like that, but who knows? Well.
Text to speech unavailable here. Text.